Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Thornton Farm. Today we are out in the sprayer. Sergei is cultivating in his curvettes, and Quentin is out in the Fent. So we have the Amazon Pantera today. We're just going to spray some ploughed fields and some cultivated fields. We're going to head around and just spray up some fields. Get some fertilizer on them, some weed killer. Get them ready to be seeded up. These are going to be going back into grass, so it doesn't matter too much if I miss sections with ploughing or whatever. It will be going back into grass. It will be cultivated soon as well. Now, I did try and talk Sergei into not using the curvettes, but it's Sergei. He completely insisted on using it. There was no way I could get him to do, oh my god, to use anything else. I'm gonna have to. How did I manage to, oh my god, how did I do this? How did I manage to get that stuck on the pole? Interesting. Yeah, Sergei wouldn't use anything but the curvettes, unfortunately. And annoyingly. But, you know, the work's getting done. That's all that really matters. We're running full tilt today with fertilizing and... whoa. Fertilizing, cultivating, and ploughing all going on at once. And I hit the wrong button there. Where's the... I'm gonna do a bit of intentional overlap here. I'm not entirely sure if this sprayer can cope with what I'm about to try and do, but let's see what happens. Because this is quite the dip. Rear end is actually up in the air, so let's turn it up the hill here. Right. That did not go to plan at all. Hopefully we can get the rest of this done without having to go uphill it. Nope, we've got to go uphill again. I have next to no steering with this right now. Can I? Nope, can't even spin it around. It's actually stuck. Right. This field is not playing nice at all. Can I please... no, turn. Come on. This isn't even the biggest sprayer they had available or on the market, so yeah, this is about as much as we can do. I should really get a pellet spinner of some description for fields like this where it's grass and doesn't matter too much. But you know, that's extra money that we maybe don't need to spend. Are we clipping the ground over there as well? Oh my god, this field just hates this spreader. Come on. Or this sprayer even. Come on, you're gonna... nope. It's hooked on a branch. It's gonna be one of these days, isn't it? Where the sprayer is just gonna refuse to play nicely. Come on. There we go. This is going to be a fun field to work by the looks of it. Because it is just refusing point blank to play ball. No point in having the lights on, they're doing nothing. Let's keep that away from the hedges, please. Away from the hedges. Oh my god, it's gonna catch on every little branch in there. No, 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 no. There we go, that's much better. I do hate having to watch over the arm and not really watch where I'm going. But, this is pretty much what I gotta do right now. There we go. That's a bit close to the fence. We are at least making solid progress with all 3 jobs. 0 issues. Yet. Bound to be some. Now we do need to pick up the seeder still with the fast track. That's going to be something I'll do probably off camera, and I'll probably start seeding off camera as well. Just to make sure that everything with that is working, because there might be... yeah, there might be a hydraulics problem or something that needs to be fixed, because it is a new seeder and they don't always work straight out the box. There we go. Let's get our GPS running. This should in theory hold us straight and steady. We won't have too many problems. We never need to have a problem. It is the next day. The volunteers at the church fair and church fete are busy setting up tents and setting up stuff over there. They have requested that I don't go anywhere nearby today, until at least noon, so I'm kind of limited on what fields I can work. I've agreed to this. I don't know why I agreed to it, but I did. Let's just use this folding up to maybe get some movement. There we go. We have to wait for this to unfold again, though, which is always annoying. Let's have a look. Sergei and Quentin both going around at about 10 kilometers an hour. Sergei can go significantly faster with that cultivator, but I think the limiting factor there is the Kirovets. And Quentin's, I guess, hit something, so I'll have to radio him in a moment. And yeah, Quentin's hit something, so I'll have to... no, he's fixed it. Well done, Quentin, you have hit something again. I get the feeling he's trying to plough, and he's run into something solid and doesn't quite know how to deal with it. Quentin is not the most intelligent chap. We solved it. Has he completely solved it, or has he just partially solved it? Now you guys may have seen over the weekend, on Sunday I think I put it up, there was a video from Quentin. Yes, he handed that to me and said, "Here, look, I've got this. Could you put it on the YouTubes?" Because he doesn't know how it works. He thinks it's a literal tube. But as it turns out, he was working on Orchard Farm and had some really nice equipment. I might try and see if I can't get in contact with the current owner of the farm to get that T-dub. Because that is a very nice tractor indeed. I wouldn't mind the Sammy either. That is, again, quite a nice tractor. Wouldn't be too far out of place here. Granted, it's maybe a bit small for our operation, but do you know, as we expand, maybe smaller tractors might be an option for us. Because we don't need the biggest of everything doing everything. We can have some small tractors just kind of doing some busy work around the farm with maybe smaller equipment, 3-meter stuff on some of the fields like this, where it's just not gonna take huge equipment. Now, Sergei did get back to me last night. He did arrive late in, or he arrived in late last night with the mower he has decided to buy. Now, I legitimately have no idea how the council passed this fit to use around Stonehenge. I'm going to be passing by the yard going up here, so I'll bring you guys in to have a look at it, because this thing is... It may prove useful around the farm for working the fields, but for doing Stonehenge, yeah, the council may have made a mistake. Because that thing is, or it seems pretty hard to handle. And the industrial estate, by the way, is running completely smoothly, well, roughly smoothly at the moment. I was asked to move the honey milk factory, the honey milk production thing, so that had to be demolished. It's being rebuilt at the moment. Unfortunately, the wood, as it turned out, had woolworm, so it's having to be, you know, we're having to wait for wood to come out of the sawmill, which, do you know what, that's kind of convenient in a way. So in over here is Sergei's new mower, and yeah, it is a Fortrit E302, and it's quite wide, isn't it? This thing is not gonna do Stonehenge very well, but I mean, if the council pass a fit, sure, I'll let Sergei off and tell them that anything that happens is not my fault. It's all on them. So, what, 82% fertilizer. Ah, will be good to do another field here, I think. Because we do have another couple of fields that can be done up over this way. Over to the right here. Can you guys tell that I've been driving this thing for a little while already? There's a fast track. That actually needs to go down to the shop to pick up the cedar fairly soon. But there's no great rush in that just yet. Of course, there's Stonehenge. There's Sergei working away, and I think it's field number 6. Quentin, I can't remember where Quentin is. I think we've already passed him. But Sergei is doing a rather fine job there, it must be said, from what I can see here. Let's actually pull in here and have a look at how Sergei's doing. He is... Do you know what? That's a good job. I'm gonna call... Yeah. Sergei is doing well. Now, one thing I would have to do to this is actually swap the tires out and swap the wheels out. It came stock with just bog standard wheels on this thing. It does need care wheels for the crop, and I believe, yes, this field is ours, so let's get it in here. And what I'll do is I'll unfold it here. And let's get to work. Now hopefully the drone should be up. You have a look. Yes, it is up. Brilliant. So you guys will be able to see this work as it happens with the kind of a combination of sounds from here and outside. You'll be able to hear my voice and the green star, but apparently this microphone isn't quite good enough to pick up the engine note over the drone and everything else. as a fighter jet passes overhead from the nearby airbase. And we have issues with this tree. There we go. Let's get the spray nozzles right down to the ground like that. Perfect. So, this field looks quite large, but with this, I think it's a 32 meter spread or 36 meter spread Pantera, this is not going to take very long at all. It's just going to basically fall apart and just get demolished by this thing. I didn't allow myself enough space. Did not allow myself the space there. But that's fine, we can just continue on as if nothing happened. It's the difficulty with this thing is the boom just is so wide that it's really difficult to kind of guesstimate what you're trying to do here. Let's actually reset the... I'm not entirely sure which way I want GPS to go yet. This is the longest straight line, so... realistically I want to be going starting from here or kind of going in this direction, so I think I might do that. And it is really a case of just trying to figure out where I want to start the turn. Let's start here and see how we do. And still didn't allow enough room. Wow. Okay. I can deal with that, I guess. I think just because we'll be finishing up along the top of the field over here, I'm going to set a GPS course and actually follow it down along. Assuming, of course, that the GPS trace we already have is not good enough. And, oh, this might actually work in our favor here. This may work in our favor, work in our favor. I'm gonna... No. It will not work in our favor, so let's get right back up here to the edge of the field. Get GPS to retrace there. Like that. And... off we go, hopefully not clipping too much as we go. Kinda looks like we're gonna hit a tree. So let's just get around this. Like that. Turn GPS back on so it auto steers us. And the field is offset for this edge of the field is not perfectly straight, so we'll just kind of roughly follow the GPS trace, because we would have, if we did follow that properly, we would have just turned up, well, ended up in the wall, in the hedge, which we don't want to do that. We don't want to be in a hedge. Sergei looks like he's heading out onto a headland now. Quentin is over in field 15, I've just remembered, ploughing that up, which I'm guessing he's been finding the telephone poles. I'm guessing he's been finding those and having a couple of issues with those. And that's what's been going on there. However, we're making bacon, I guess. Yeah, Sergei is now on a headland. I can see him just off over there above the, beyond the trees. We're going to leave some of the fields grow unploughed so that we got a couple of fields that should be fine to mow this spring, and we can test out the portrait. Sergei is apparently finished his field as Quentin's finding more problems. The Stonehenge we're not allowed to plough. We're not allowed to plough that area at all. We're not allowed to put fertilizer down. It has to be left as is, due to the fact that it's a, you know, World Heritage Site. Quentin's figured out what he's trying to do, so we can continue. Nope, Quentin's hit something again. Quentin seems to just keep finding issues. Sergei did everything fine in the caravans, and Quentin, the The Fendt, which is much more normal to drive, is having nothing but issues. Which is interesting. I think I'm going to have to manually cultivate the field that I fertilized earlier. Just because of the terrain issues with that field. So that's going to have to be something that I do myself. Sergei should be able to handle most of them. Quentin and Sergei should be able to handle most of the fields. Field 15 it seems like there is an issue with. But there's nothing really I can... Oh! He's figured it out. Nothing really I can do to help them out there. Now the joy of Sergei having finished in field 6 is actually that I can just, you know, tell him to go for a cup of coffee, because he's probably quite hungover still, and just park up the Curavets while I spray field 6, because we've got most of a tank of fertilizer left. Most of the fertilizer tank is still there. It doesn't really matter if I'm running over this too much, because it still does need to be seeded. So it's not the end of the world. You can see that the spray is all folded up. Maybe not the most safety-oriented way of folding, but it is folded up. Where's Sergei stopped up? Right over there. Fantastic. So let's get over to his Curavets and just... I don't know where I'm gonna actually potentially just move it into the field that I've just sprayed. I could move it into the forecourt of the shop. I think the forecourt of the shop is probably the best place to put it. We can get going here now. Just realized I need actual space to unfold this thing, which I think I've given it. Get that down as close to the ground as it'll go, and let's immediately hit something. Fantastic. Have I unfolded this in the worst possible place? Let's see if I can crab it out. There we go, we crabbed it out. So, let's get spraying. This shouldn't take too long, and once we've got this field done, we'll end the video. Despite Quentin still ploughing away and plodding along. Do apologize for any little snags or whatever happened today, but you know, it does happen from time to time where things go wrong and they just need to be dealt with. Usually with a firm hammer and a couple of strong words, which I haven't said yet. But we are, I think, doing well on the pre-seeding stuff before we can lay seeds into the ground. I think even potentially next time we might actually be able to get seeding. We might be able to get some crops into the ground, particularly in field 12, where we will actually be seeding an arable crop. We'll be seeding some wheat in there. The seeds haven't quite arrived yet, which is why I'm kind of holding off for now. The seeds should be here by next time. They said they'd be arriving later today, or sometime this morning, and it is still quite early. It's not even 9 o'clock yet, so they do have time to show up before I start getting angry and impatient. Hopefully it's going to be enough seeds to cover all the fields. I don't know how much I'm going to need, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be enough. I am buying them from actually the same supplier I got them from in Old Streams. So, not the biggest of containers, but big enough that we can work with them. At the very least. Well, we can, you know, we can fill a cedar with it. It'll take a while, but we can fill a cedar. And what else is going on? What else is coming up? We do actually need to get back into the forest sometime soon as well. Potentially in the next week or two, because the industrial estate is actually running low on wood. Wood chips not an issue. Actual wood logs is an issue, and we do need the wood out of the forest. That is what that's what's required. So what I'll do is I'll look into getting wood storage facility going up there, potentially just a shed. And I'll figure something out, some sort of solution out, just to store some wood and some logs up there, so that we don't need to periodically have to go to the forest and do some deforestation work. I will also need to look into, in the near future, a method by which we can reseed the forest and replant, which does mean we'll need to get a stump grinder for sure. And we'll need to replant the forest, because that is, quite honestly, something very important. The trees take about 10-15 years to grow to as big as I need them, and we're going to be going through them at a rate where I don't know if we're going to get enough trees, or if we're going to have enough trees in there to actually supply the industrial estate. So I might need to convert field, I think it's field 3, the triangular field by the industrial estate. I might need to convert that into a forest, a new forest, and put some trees in there as well. I'll have to kind of see that on the fly, though. I think I'm probably gonna do that, just so, because it's not big enough to be a viable mowing field, really. But we are coming to the end of this field, which does mean we are also coming to the end of the video. I will leave you now by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Thornton Farm. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Tomorrow we'll be doing some more on Canadian National, where hopefully the game won't crash this time. I'll be back on Thursday on Thornton. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.